also enthusiastic about some breaking economic data that we're getting. New home sales for the month of June falling 2.5% month over month to an annual pace of 697,000. And the month earlier got revised lower as well to 715,000 from an original read of 763,000 here. And this is high stakes right now because, as we've talked about, there is not enough supply in the existing home market. There is demand out there to some degree, and economists were looking for new homes to sort of try and make up some of that demand. But it's interesting that we're not seeing that sales pace up to snuff.
Yeah, it's been interesting, especially with some of the other home data that we've seen come through. S&P Case-Shiller data came through on the homes front yesterday, and particularly interesting where there is still some pickup, at least in certain regions, and where in the Rust Belt particularly, there is more of that propensity or more of that demand. But even as we're looking across prices or where the sales are taking place, I think it's one of the larger sticky areas of inflation that the Fed still is looking at to continue to watch and track to see when there is some abatement in the number of bids and the price as well, that consumers are still willing to bid into, knowing that rates are higher and the financing is going to be more difficult over an extended period.
Sorry, and speaking of price, the median sales price of new homes sold in June, $415,400. The average sales price was $494,700. So obviously that number more gets pushed up by the higher end. But interesting here, supply right now of new homes, 7.4 months at the current sales rate. That has been creeping higher and higher as we have seen inventory increasing. So going to keep watching these housing market numbers very closely. And we're going to be talking, by the way, to a guest in the construction industry coming up a little bit later, not on the residential side, but still a bigger look at real estate.
For sure. Looking forward to that conversation.